My first Bimmerfest was amazing. It was the culmination of 5 years. I had my E92 M3, I had my F80 M3, and unfortunately and fortunately, I was able to get to this event this year with the McLaren. I was really fortunate to be invited to Bimmerfest to be in the MV Forged booth. I have some really iconic wheels on the car. MV Forged really did a great job getting the wheels on the car prior to the event, and when you look at the wheels, you'll notice that the faces are flat bronze and the lips are gloss bronze, and they're super aggressive. They're the most aggressive fitment that you can get right now, and we're actually even thinking of going wider in the rear so that we could really give that wide illusion. Hey guys, I'm still not rich. I'm out here in California at Bimmerfest. I met a great couple of people here. I'm really having a great time. Please follow the 570. Bimmerfest was also very amazing because I got a chance to meet a ton of the followers that have followed my journey, whether it was from the E92 days, the F80 days, or even now with the McLaren. First off, I really want to give a shout out to my man Justin, newest member to Tuner Theory. His name is at F10M5er. He has a beautiful F10 M5. I was also able to meet Sal for not the first but second or third time. His Instagram name is at Cleeper M3, and his car looks impeccable, especially in person. I really want to give a special shout out to Mo and Perry from PSM Dynamic, David, and everyone over at MV Forge, all of my partners at Michelin Tires that was able to get me the tires I needed to get on the car, Stuart at Velocity AP for getting all of the parts for the car and performance for the car, and lastly, I really want to shout out Nick from VF Engineering. This was really inspirational when I met him, so really wanted to give you a shout out. The most inspirational part for me throughout the whole trip, it was just the pure amount of love that I got from all of the people that stopped by the car. Again, it's a McLaren at a BMW event, so it could go either way there. But I met a ton of great people that were inspired and in turn inspired me. That's why I'm always going to be a BMW fan, because the culture's there. I can go across the country and be greeted with love and respect from all my other BMW guys and gals that I met, because they know what I've done. They've seen the platforms that I've built, and they respect what I've done. And that led to several in-depth conversations, and I meant every single word of inspiration that I said to anybody that I met. And I truly believe if I can do it, anyone could do it. 5 years ago when I started on Instagram, I never knew the power of the platform and the power of connecting with all of the people that love the BMW community. I've taken on more of an inspirational approach to my page, and it's led me to this "if I can, you can" movement. I'm one of these people that are no different than you out there watching this. I came from very humble beginnings in Queens, New York, and I still live very humbly. So when people ask me, what does "if I can, you can" mean, is if you put your mind to anything, you can achieve anything. And I'm a firm believer in that because that's who I am and what I am. So when I think about the progression of my cars, I never thought that owning a McLaren at this point in my life was a possibility. It just goes to show you that if you work hard, you have a concentrated effort, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. So again, if I could do it, you could do it. So everyone keeps asking me what "nah rich" means. And it's interesting because when you have a McLaren, people assume that you're rich. And rightfully so or wrongfully so, just my opinion of it is, I'm not rich because I love cars. And because I love cars, I choose to put money into my passion. You may see me with my McLaren and say, hey, that guy's rich or that guy's successful. But my own definition always changes and always moves out further from each goal that I achieve. So not rich lifestyle is the ability to do different things without having the pressures of other people's definitions of success. So I would challenge you to define that for yourself and then go after it with everything you got. And maybe you'll end up with a McLaren, maybe you'll have your F80 M3, maybe you'll have a Lamborghini, or maybe you won't have any cars and you'll have a beautiful home and you'll do those things that you define as riches and you define as success. So with the McLaren, I've done several modifications. We have a V-weave carbon fiber hood that's not in production yet. It's going to be used to make the production piece. We have the front splitters with the canards. Those are production pieces. And then there's still more of the front lip to be made. There are side skirts, which are production pieces, which are amazing and really embody the PSM Dynamic vibe. We also have the rear fins that are on the car and make the car look as if it's a wide body, which is super amazing to have seen in person. From a performance standpoint, I have an engine tune from Velocity AP, catless downpipes, and also full race exhaust. And that all is tied together with Velocity AP's lowering springs. It sounds amazing, it looks amazing, and it's everything I could ask for. My favorite part about the McLaren has to be the new sound. It sounds so intense. It sounds like you're in an F1 car or a fully modified Ferrari. And I know that's interesting to hear because my car is twin turbo. So the typical thing that people say about twin turbos, and reason why I wanted to modify the exhaust first, is that the sound is muffled because the turbos are, deadening the sound of the muffler. So one of the greatest things about the car in person is the way you can hear the turbo spooling as you either revving or driving the car under load. And that has to be one of my favorite parts. So what's next for the McLaren? Right now we're working to finish up the PSM Dynamic kit. We're gonna have a fully designed hood. We're going to have a fully functional rear wing. We're going to have a fully functional rear hood and also a fully designed diffuser. So I'm really looking forward to those pieces to be on the car because I know it's going to set it apart from every other McLaren, and you guys can look forward to owning those pieces in the near future. And after the kit is debuted, we'll be taking pre-orders. What's next for me in the McLaren? I'm looking to get to the Legends of Autobahn with Tuner Theory and Michelin tires so that we can really debut the car, and I would be there to be able to field any of the questions that anyone has around why am I running the PS4S tire on the car, or anything else about the exhaust modifications, tuning modifications, or the body kit itself.